Hey, this is Rob Smith. This is my presentation for augmented reality. I'm going to be reviewing the iPad application leafsnap. When I first started looking at the lists of the augmented reality applications out there, it seemed like most of them used cities or man-made objects to locate or find something using the GPS that was inside the device. That's not me. I'm not much of a city guy. I won't teach in the cities. In my school that I teach in right now is in a rural environment. Most of those apps did not apply at all to me, or most of our schools that are in North Carolina. I'm more of an educational outdoorsman. I like looking at applications that are outdoors. And then, like I said, our schools in a rural environment, we're not going to be using cities and buildings and looking at commercial based type businesses and things like that. So what really appealed to me when I started looking for it is that, okay, if an app can find buildings and businesses in a city, why can't an app find what a type of a leaf is or what a type of plant is? And really, I only found one application on the iPad that did this, and that's leafsnap. There's several others that will just show you give you a relation like, okay, here's a picture of it now, is that what you're looking for? leafsnap actually uses the iPad's camera and then attempts to identify, goes to its database and then attempts to identify using your camera and the picture you took. Let's just go through a rundown of what leafsnap can do. One of the first things is you see here the browse feature. The browse feature goes into an alphabetical list of probably thousands. I didn't even get that far down into it. Thousands of plants. It does trees mainly. Mainly does trees. You have a search engine at the top that's nice. This is a very user-friendly format here. Notice on the right side, you have a bunch of other features just for that one plant as well, and we'll discuss that a little further in just a little bit. Nearby species is a pretty neat thing. You have to have active users that will take pictures and register them. For example, here's the big town of Denton and all 5 of its stoplights. I am the blue dot here. On that blue dot, the nearest tree that someone has registered is a river birch tree. That's about 3 or 4 miles away that someone's registered on there. On leafsnap, it also has the collection, which is the collection of pictures that you have taken so far. And notice I haven't labeled any yet, but the pictures that you've taken so far and your database of plants. Now we skipped over the option feature and looked at the snap its feature because this is really what leafsnap does. It brings up this screen right here. It tells you that you must put your leaf that you have on a white background to take the picture, and then you click snap it. Now the image goes into your pictures folder, and then snap it accesses it from that folder. It then attempts as best it can to give you a list of classifications that leaf could be. Now here's the point where, like, if you did this with students, it's not just giving them the answer. There's a list, and then students have to go through and figure out, okay, what type of characteristics does this plant have that match the type of leaf I'm showing here? On the right side, that's the results. And you want to go into further, like, okay, you say, okay, was it a paradise apple? I don't know. I can't really tell. Does the leaves match up? You can click on paradise apple, and then you get a detailed image of that apple tree, of that apple leaf, and then look on the right side. I'm going to click leaves, so I'm going to see the group of leaves. Okay, so I'm in the field. The group of leaves look like that group of leaves right there. Same thing, flower. There you go. The apple itself. Did the fruit on the plant look like that? Because you got to remember, you may be looking at this in the fall, or the flowers in the spring, for example. And then what I really liked, they even took a picture of the bark and put it on there. And then students would have to use a process of elimination to determine if that is the leaf that they have, and did they follow directions correctly? Did they do it right? Some of the other type of devices of applications that I found that were kind of like this were like this one right here called I've Got One. I've Got One is an application that is pushed out by the Florida Department of Forestry and Department of Agriculture, and you can actually take pictures of what you think is an invasive species, but then the picture is sent to the department and they'll do the research and they'll map it. I found one additional application where when you took the picture was then sent to a company, and the company would research what is that plant. That was the job of them. So far, the one about the leafsnap is the best one, and probably the only one that I could find that actually takes a picture and tries to identify the picture directly to your iPad. It's tough to take leafsnap and say negative things about it because it's so advanced on the cutting edge of what it's doing. Yeah, you can see as the technology gets better that it would improve, but the problem you get is that, I mean, there's a bazillion ways to take a picture of a leaf, and so its database can't exactly find all of it yet so far. Give it time, I think it will get better, and I think there'll be more applications similar. So what do I see leafsnap being used educationally for? Of course, students can look up leaves. That's mainly in the science or agricultural departments. But you could bring math into it. You can click on the nearby species list and figure out math problems of distances. You could look for invasive species and talk about how it's growing. There's your social studies. There's maps on there again. That's social studies. You can bring English class into it, discussing narratives of things. And just the life skills of process of elimination and observation, which I know is mainly science, but can be used in all fields. I think it's a pretty good start for augmented reality, identifying things using his camera, and especially identifying natural things and not just man-made. So take a look at it. It's a free site, a free app, so that's fantastic. And it wasn't anything extra to it. It was some university that put it on here, so they're not just giving you a little piece of an application. You got to pay for the rest. So far, it's all free because it's done by universities. So take a look at it, have fun with it, especially if you're an outdoor enthusiast like I am. Thank you.